From space, the United States and Venezuela seem distant, but oil has bound them together for over a century. American companies brought investment and technology, fueling America's rise and modernizing Venezuela. Oil built economies and cultural ties, but also dependency. When oil prices soared, Venezuela thrived. When they crashed, so did the country. Power and wealth concentrated, breeding instability. The oil that united them also sowed division. What began as mutual benefit set the stage for conflict. The events of 2026 are the latest chapter in this volatile saga. For decades, the US and Venezuela were model partners. American cars ran on Venezuelan oil, and dollars fueled Venezuela's growth. During World War II, Venezuela's oil was vital to the Allies, cementing its role as a trusted U.S. partner. The 1950s to 1970s marked a golden age. Caracas boomed, democracy flourished, and the U.S. saw Venezuela as a bulwark against communism. Venezuela joined OPEC but kept close ties with the U.S., working with Exxon and Chevron in joint ventures. Oil wealth transformed Venezuela into one of Latin America's most prosperous nations. But this prosperity was fragile. Everything depended on high oil prices and government control. Politics and oil became inseparable, making the nation vulnerable to shocks. Few foresaw that this system would one day collapse, turning partners into rivals. The seeds of future crisis were sown in these years of plenty. The partnership's fate was always tied to the price of oil. The rise of Hugo Chavez in 1998 changed everything. Chavez's Bolivarian revolution was anti-American and aimed to control Venezuela's oil for social programs. He purged PDVSA, replacing experts with loyalists, crippling the industry. Foreign companies were nationalized, scaring off investors. U.S.-Venezuela relations soured as Chavez allied with America's rivals. After Chavez's death, Nicolás Maduro took over, but oil prices crashed in 2014, plunging Venezuela into economic disaster. Hyperinflation, shortages, and mass migration followed. The U.S. accused Maduro of corruption and imposed crippling sanctions, targeting officials in the oil sector. The goal forced free elections. The result, deepening crisis and a hardened regime. Maduro clung to power with military and foreign support, while sanctions devastated the economy. The partnership was dead, replaced by confrontation and economic warfare. Millions fled, and Venezuela became a symbol of collapse. The US and Venezuela were now adversaries, locked in a bitter standoff. Oil, once a bridge, had become a battlefield. In January 2026, the conflict exploded. U.S. Special Forces launched Operation Absolute Resolve in Caracas, targeting President Maduro. The raid was swift. Maduro and his wife were captured and flown to New York on narco-terrorism charges. The world watched in shock as a sitting leader was seized by a foreign power. The operation was justified as law enforcement, not war, using terrorism indictments as legal cover. The Trump administration made clear this was about regaining control of Venezuelan oil. In Caracas, Vice President Delcy Rodriguez became interim president, but the transition was U.S. managed. Hardliners stayed in power, cooperating to ensure their survival. The U.S. prioritized stability and control over immediate democracy. The message: America was now in charge. The raid marked a new era, direct intervention for oil and power. Venezuela's fate was now in American hands. America's motive was clear: oil and control. The U.S. took charge of Venezuela's oil, holding profits in American accounts. Allies condemned the move, rivals called it imperialism. Latin America was split. Some supported, others denounced the intervention. In the U.S., Congress was deeply divided. Reviving Venezuela's oil sector will take years, if investors return at all. America now faces the challenge of managing a broken nation and global backlash. The US-Venezuela saga is a warning. When power and oil mix, the consequences are explosive. The story is far from over.